and helps perform smart test analysis of test results. Thus, you can fix bugs really quicker and automate your test reporting in 2 times faster. Yeah, so what are the benefits of Zebrunner? Actually, one of the greatest benefits is the consolidated and transparent reporting for different teams, both for business and for technical teams that manage the project. You can get permanent access to rich test artifacts like videos, screenshots, test logs, and access to the test runs history. So actually, all the test results that are reported to Zebrunner are saved there, so you can access them, compare them anytime, check the owner so that you could know who to address if something happens. It's also a really great way to have smart and favorite filters if you have thousands of tests and you need to find the certain test runs that will be needed to you right now. So one of the greatest features is our AI-based failure analysis. So actually, you can categorize the failure reasons automatically with our AI and customize dashboards and widgets the way you need. So we've got really a lot of metrics. I'll show them a bit later. Zebrunner easily integrates with third-party tools with test environment providers. So if you're already using some of the tools, be sure that they are already in Zebrunner. And what I'm going to talk today is our new feature, our project management for several testing teams with flexible user permissions and roles. So let me tell you now a few words about projects in Zebrunner. Actually, what we consider under the project. So project is a collection of test runs and artifacts like test logs, screenshots, customizable reports like dashboards and widgets, which represent a QA work for product, project, or service. So let's say you're a medium-sized company or an enterprise that has several testing teams running their own tests and using their own third-party tools. The data concerning each project must usually be secure and safe, and the access to some project information must be given only to those people that you need, actually. From now, with Zebrunner's project management mechanism, you don't have to pay for several Zebrunner workspaces for different teams. So you can create several projects inside one Zebrunner workspace. And what actually makes Zebrunner project useful? So actually, managing several teams within one workspace, flexible user management and project members' roles. We'll talk about them a bit later. It's, of course, the safety of information inside every project. So there are project scope, test runs, dashboards, and integrations that won't mix anyway, and you'll always know that your test runs are accessed with by proper people. So I guess that's all for the theoretical part. Let's go right to the workspace. Actually, I've prepared workspace for you. It's not my first login to this workspace, so I've already got my username and password. So let's sign in. And here we go. We are inside the product. We can actually check the project name. So it's our default project. You can see it at the top of the sidebar, or you can differ the project by the key that is located when this sidebar is collapsed. You can also see here project scope, dashboards, test runs, integrations, and members. So they are all available only within one certain project. In the header, here you'll find all the global settings for your workspace. So they're not project scopes. We'll come back to them a bit later. Now I'd like to start with showing you actually how the projects work in Zebrunner. Let's view all the project. So now we are on the projects grid. You can see two projects. One is the default project. It's actually created the first time you enter the workspace, so it's automatically added to your list of projects. And yeah, you can for sure delete it later if you need, but you can also add other projects. So you can see this is the Zebrunner project that I created especially for this webinar to give a full demonstration of how Zebrunner project actually works. Let's start with creating a new project. So let's say it will be demo project. We'll enter the key. It's the project ID that will be used to identify your project later. You can see here the switch, public or private. So at this step, you can choose whether you want your project to be public or private. Information inside public projects, like test run results, dashboards, is available for all users in the workspace, but of course with different permissions. So users with even minimum permissions will be able to view the information in a read-only mode. If you want to create a private project, so the information inside private projects is only available to project members and highest workspace admins. However, yeah, projects, even private projects, also are present in the list of project. And if you need to have some access to the private projects, you just need to address your project lead, typically, or some other project representative. So let's say our project is public. You can upload the project logo if you'd like to, so, and press create. See, the project demo is already in the list of all the projects. And I guess we can proceed with viewing the members inside the project. Yeah, you can see that it's only me inside the project. I as an admin of this workspace and the creator of the project was added as a first member, as an administrator. So I actually can perform all actions within these projects, all actions that are quite possible. So let's check other roles. So we've got other roles. Let's enter the username. Yeah, so let it be the QA engineer. You see, when I was entering the username of the member I wanted to invite, there was only a set list of members. So actually this happened because you can only invite users that are already inside the workspace. So before you add some member to the project, you need to make sure that he or she are already in the system. I'll check this a bit later. And so, yeah, let's assign the role. Administrator, yeah, it's actually the highest role in the project. Administrators can do all kind of things while managing the project. They can edit them, delete them, they can add or edit dashboards. They can add or delete project members and assign any roles within the project. Managers, they can do almost the same things, except for that they cannot add or delete members with the role hiding theirs. So they can't, for example, add an administrator or change somebody's role to administrator. Engineer. So engineer has basic permissions. Actually, these are the QA engineers that daily work on some projects. So they cannot manage projects, they cannot manage team members, but they can perform any actions on test runs. Yeah, they can launch them, they can view analytics, they can view dashboards and widgets. And we see here the guest. Guest has minimal rights inside the project. So I already said that there are some roles that have read-only access to test runs and dashboards. So this is a guest, or it's the person who is not present among the members of the certain workspace. So they have the same rights as a guest. And I already told you about the project lead. It's not in the list of available roles when you add member, but it's also an important role because it's used to mark the project representative in the system. So project lead can only be an administrator or a manager, not less, so that they could have the extended permissions inside the project and could invite the person they need to certain project, for example. Yeah, so let's assign this member as an engineer and press save. See, here's already in the list of all the members. But now let's check other projects where we have more members, as it will be more representable. Yeah. So we are now in Zebrunner project, and we've got quite a lot of users. So what can we do with project members? So I'm the administrator now. I can actually, if I want to, change the roles. So I want this one to be engineer and this one to be manager, or I actually want to delete this user from this workspace. Yeah, if I need to, I can sort project members by roles. They will come in alphabetical order or by the date when they were added. So I can view the last member that was invited to the workspace, or I can, for example, search for the certain member. Yeah, here we go. Actually, the search happens by using it for now. Yeah, so what we're gonna do next? Let's come back to the projects. I think that's all for managing the members. Let's check what's inside the projects grid. So we see there are 3 projects for now. And I want, for example, to edit this project. So I would say I would like to upload the logo, or I want to make this project public, or I want to change the key or name, or I want to assign some project lead. So as I said, this will be the project representative. And actually I can easily access all the project members right from this wizard. Yeah. I can also sort the projects by key, so that to know this, and I want to sort them by creation date, and I can enter the project name and search for, let's suppose we have really a lot of projects and we need to find something quickly, or I want to delete this demo project forever. Yeah, So I'm actually deleting it. And that's all. That's again, we've got only 2 projects. Yeah, so actually we've already talked about managing projects, how we can create them, edit members, and so on. Let's go inside the projects and see how project scoped dashboards, test runs, integrations work. So I'm again on the test runs page of the default project. As I said before, Zebrunner is aimed at streamlining test reporting process. So after integrate with your automation framework and other tools, you'll be able to report your tests directly in Zebrunner and get transparent analysis with logs, screenshots, videos, labels, and other artifacts that you need. So let's launch some new tests first. Yeah, you can do this from the launcher, add your repo from the GitHub, for example, or you can integrate via agents and execute your test from your system. Let's run, for example, this one. Actually, you see we've got several environment providers integrated with us. So we are already partners with Sauce Labs, Lambda Test. So if you already use these providers, you can easily integrate and continue this and report tests in Zebrunner for viewing smart reports. Or you can use our Zebrunner hub to run tests via our hub. Yeah. For example, let's choose web. Let's change some version and yeah, launch. So we see that the test run is already in compilation state. For now, let's go inside some failed tests and check what we've got there. So what actually we can do. So you see, we are on the test results page. Here you can see the number of failed tests, of past tests. You can see the labels that were attached. You can, for example, link an issue to Jira so that you could know it's a known issue. Yeah, you can, if it's a failed test, you can check the logs, see the reason for failures, and you can perform smart AI analysis. Yeah, I guess it's not, it couldn't identify the reason for now the category, but we've got some other materials about AI analysis in our Zebrunner, so we can share it with you a bit later. So if you've got quite a lot of tests inside one test run, you can group them by different settings, by class, by package, by label, so whatever you need. Yeah, or you can sort them also by failure, by duration, let's say. Yeah, we've got quite a small amount of tests here, but still. Moreover, you can check how many sessions were run inside this test within this particular test run. Yeah, you can view the video, you can check the details and other things. So let's go inside the failed test, for example. Yeah, you can see, check the logs for this test. You can view the screenshots if they were able to be caught. Yeah, actually, this is the same page that was opened before. And you can check the test history. So as I already said, test history can show all the executions of the same test within time. So you can check what happened with your test a day ago or a few days ago, how much time did this test take, whether there was a known issue or something else. Yeah. So this is our test details page, and I think we can come back. Yeah, we see that the test is still compiling, but for now, let's go to another project so that I could show you that our test runs are really project scoped. So if we go, for example, to Zebrunner project, we see actually that the number of tests run really differs and the tests are absolutely different. So you may be sure that they won't be mixed anyway. Yeah, so that's for test runs. I think we can come back to the default project and check the dashboard. The dashboard grid. So actually, after you create every project, there are two system dashboards that are added to it automatically. It's the general dashboard and the personal dashboard. The system dashboards mean that you cannot edit them, you cannot add other widgets, you cannot delete them. Actually, they contain the most important information on your test. So let's check our widgets. For example, here we see the 30 days total. We can use how many tests were run by a certain owner of the test, how much of them were passed or failed. We can check the details for every user inside the workspace, and we can actually see the 30 days trend. So yeah, this is the general dashboard. And we've got the personal dashboard. You see, there are no information within this dashboard as for last 24 hours personal or 30 days test personal trend. That's because I, as user, haven't yet performed some tests via our test automation framework. We are via agent. So as soon as you integrate, you'll be able to see the information here, but still you can view the reports for any failed test. So let's check view. And here we go. We are on the failures analysis dashboard. We can, for example, check the test, directly accesses it from the dashboard. Yeah, and check what was the test. Go to Jira tickets, and yeah, I guess that's all. So let's come back to all the dashboards. You see, I have here the test dashboard. It's not system, it was created by me. So yeah, here are the widgets I created for you. And now I guess we can add a dashboard ourselves. Let it be again demo dashboard. Yeah, so we are here, no widgets are added yet, but we'll do this now. Let's add the pass rate high, set the settings. For example, let's do it for 14 days. We can choose the platform we need, for example. Yeah, and we can set all other parameters that we need for this exact widget. So you see, you can really create a lot of different widgets with different metrics. And let's add it. Oh, something went wrong. Yeah, okay. No worries. Sorry. Let's go to the test dashboard. I would really love to show you how to how flexible are our widgets. So for example, if you would like it to take less place, for example, and you want to do this and this, or you'd like to change places, you can do this easily. Yeah, if you need to. And you can send the dashboard by email. For example, let's add my email, for example, and see. So I want this dashboard to be sent to my email so that I could come back to it later. Yeah, let's wait for some time. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so you see the dashboard was sent to my email in the same view as it was here on the test dashboard. So yeah, so as I already said, dashboards are also project scopes. So for example, let's go to another project. See, we have 3 dashboards. New dashboard is different. It has different view as we had some different amount of tests run within this exact project. And we see there are again these dashboard system general. Yeah, again, other results and personal. Yeah, so again, we have no information to display, unfortunately, for now. Yeah, but one of the nice features that will be released soon are project scoped integrations. So I already told you that if you have several projects within your team and they use different sets of integrations, so they need to set them up separately. So you see, this is all the list of integrations that we support. So these are test environment providers like Zebrunner Engine and Cloud that you can use for running mobile tests. Yeah, Browser Stack, Source Labs, Lambda Tests, our partners. And yeah, let's go to other integrations. These are CI servers like Jenkins, TeamCity, Circle CI, Travis CI, test case management systems like TestRail and Qtest. We actually have really great integrations with them that can really help even if you have some manual test engineers in your project. So I can really collaborate. And we've got integrations with test automation frameworks. I already told you that you can integrate with them via our Zebrunner and agents. All the documentation for integrations is located on our website, or it's located somewhere. Sorry, yeah. It's located in the Workspace as well on the test runs page. So, and we've got integrations with Slack and Microsoft Teams, and of course via email. So you see these integrations are disabled, the integrations below. That's because we are still working on improving the project scoped integrations. So in the nearest future, they will be available within every project. For now, we can check integrations that are already set up for the whole workspace. So you see they are green, so they are all set, including the test environment provider. So if you set them up here in the global integrations, in the global settings, they'll be available for all the projects inside your workspace. So what we have here as well is the SSO configurations. So it's really easy to configure the SSOs for the whole team to save time and provide even more safety of your test information. As I already told you, these are global users inside the workspace. So in order to become the project member, you need to be in this list. You might be admin or user. Super admins are the highest role, the highest group in the workspace. So admins, they actually can create projects and they can access any project inside the workspace, even if it's private. But users, if you are a user in the whole workspace, you don't have such rights. Still, you can be a user in the workspace, and at the same time, you could be the administrator at the project. So you'll have all the rights. So you see, the permissions here are really flexible. So you can set them up the way you need and manage your testing projects really effectively. Let's check invitations. So actually, you can invite any user you'd like to the workspace. So this is how you invite. I've already invited a new user. As soon as he or she admits the invitation, they'll disappear from this list and will go to the users list. Yeah. So let's sum up, I guess, about the projects inside our workspace. As I said, Zebrunner serves for transparent test reporting of all your test results. So no more manual work is needed to keep high product quality. You can view rich artifacts like screenshots, videos. You can customize dashboards the way you need. You can use tons of different configurations and metrics for your widgets. You can share test results with the team and actually make the reporting process more transparent. During this webinar, you had a chance to learn about our new feature. It's project management for testing. So now you can use one workspace for several testing teams and thus save first expenses, time, and efforts for managing them. So it's all actually automated. It's also easy to provide security of all your information with flexible user management, permissions, roles. So you see they are really flexible and they are really can be set up the way you need. So if that's what you're looking for, please check our free trial version for 30 days. So no credit card is required and get the benefits of managing several projects within one workspace. Actually, we've got great user guides on project management, so you can find all the steps on how to manage the testing projects with screens and GIFs. So we try to include the full information on how to manage testing projects here. So yeah, we'll be very happy if you check it and like it. Yeah, so Elvira, I guess this was all from my side.
Yeah, thank you very much, Alesia. That was very productive presentation. So I hope that everyone could learn new functionality and maybe start thinking on how to start using it. So thank you very much for this. So guys, I hope we have some time to start our Q&A session. So please, if you have any question regarding the Zebrunner reporting tool or regarding the new functionality, project management for testing, or even one thought on how to start using the project management, please feel free to write the question in the chat or maybe just talk in your microphone. So here we have Zebrunner team, so we are ready to answer your question.
Hi, this is Abhijit Sahu.
Hi.
Yeah, I have one question regarding this. Can Zebrunner be integrated with the desktop-based application as well for running the tests and managing?
Well, yeah. Hi, so Nikita's here. So what kind of test application we are talking about here? Like test case management application, like TestRail?
Sorry, maybe could you answer the question, please? I mean, you know, just to provide more details. Okay, maybe there is one problem with connection, and maybe.
Well, yeah. Well, anyways, for everyone, if anyone's wondering, so if we're talking about test case management systems here, then yeah, the answer is yes, absolutely. So Zebrunner can be easily integrated with the leading products on the market, like TestRail. We also support Qtest integration and other systems that were not primarily designed to serve as test case management systems, but can be used as ones, like Jira with X-Ray plugin, for example. So we have those integrations as well. So it is possible to connect your test executions with the corresponding test cases in third-party systems.
My question was like for desktop-based applications, not the web-based.
Okay, so can you elaborate well your question a little bit?
Like we have web applications, a lot of which are running in web, and there are some desktop-based applications as well. So if I want to track record of those things and I want to integrate with Zebrunner, is that possible as well?
So, well, Zebrunner itself does not enforce any, like any limitations in regards to the software under test. So as long as, well, yeah, that actually depends on the test framework you're using. So for some test frameworks, we have integration out of the box. So we provide a special set of adapters that allows, well, that are integrated with the test execution lifecycle and report results to Zebrunner. But if there is no such integration in place, so there is an API. So it is if you're using something custom, something something that's built within your organization according to your needs, it can be integrated with Zebrunner via those APIs as well. So Zebrunner itself is very unopinionated about the actual tests and how they are written.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. If you're looking for like a complete list of integrations, and the test framework that we are currently supporting out of the box, those can be found in our documentation. I believe Elvira will send this information in the follow-up email with the link to documentation.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Maybe we have more questions. Please feel free to ask questions if you have.
Hi, it's Juan here.
Hi, Juan.
Hi, I have one question actually, when we have our Jenkins configured to, after building our applications, execute the automated tests pipeline. So in this case, in this scenario, how would be the integration between our build system, Jenkins, and Zebrunner?
I see. Okay. So, well, there is actually there is no magic, that done by Zebrunner under the hood. So the thing is that Test results can be reported from anywhere, so it doesn't really matter for Zebrunner what exactly executes those tests. So they can be executed from your local IDE, or those can be executed at CI environment. So what matters here is this, like this adapter I mentioned. So we call those reporting agents. So for example, if we're talking about Java-based test, for example, so that would basically mean the special Java dependency that's going to be added on your class path. And basically, what this dependency will do, it will basically integrate with your test framework lifecycle, and it will use a pretty standard approach. So you will need an API access token. So the token can be accessed via Zebrunner UI, available in properties for this reporting agent. And basically from there, it will do all the magic. So it will send the results over the network to Zebrunner. As long as there is, connectivity between your CI server, if you're talking about protected environments, and the Zebrunner server itself. So that actually, usually, depending on the organization security standards, that can be an issue, but that's usually something we solve by dealing with, whoever manages the network-related questions in the organization. So this can be solved as well.
So basically, I had to like configure my test framework, my test scripts, to send the test results to Zebrunner.
Correct. Yeah, but
perfect.
Yeah, what's important here is that so our agents designed in a fashion that doesn't really forces test developer to to go and adjust all of their tests, because some organizations can have literally thousands of tests. It would possibly be an overkill for those QA engineers to go and to maintain those tests and to do adjustments to those tests. So basically, that actually depends on the specific test framework. But in most of the cases, what's needed is basically a properties file or YAML file. And we also support environment variables for configuration with 4 to 5 settings being set. And that would basically be a Zebrunner server hostname and API access token. So that's pretty much it. And it will do all the job automatically.
Hi guys, this is Vadim. Alesia, can you just open the documentation? Maybe we can quickly take a look into the integration steps, and let's say for testing G.
Yeah, okay.
Just so to briefly discuss everything we have to do to inject the reporting into your test automation framework. Just add a dependency, the steps for a Gradle and a Maven. So as Nikita said, provide some kind of configuration settings via the environment variables.
Alesia, can you click on the properties file so it would be more clear to everyone? Properties file tab. So that's pretty much it. So the stuff you can see on the screen is sufficient to enable reporting of your tests to Zebrunner. Well, there are more features than that. So if you need additional stuff, like we also have login appenders out of the box, so you can also send test logs. We have a screenshots API, the one that allows you to capture screenshots and send those to Zebrunner and attach those to test executions as well. But basically, all you need to get started is one dependency. If you're talking about Java test frameworks here, one dependency and literally 4 configuration properties.
Got it. Thanks.
And I have one question again. This can be modified as per the company requirement also? Is it open source or?
There is an open source version of Zebrunner, so you can actually do whatever you want with open source version. So it's licensed under MIT license, and you can use it any way you want. And when you say modify it according to organization requirements, if you can elaborate this part a little bit, I can address your question better.
I mean, if I can take the from GitHub or something, and then accordingly I can modify it and host it in server.
Yes, that is correct. So basically, there is a community edition of Zebrunner. So not all of the pro features are available in community edition. So some of the features are not available there. So I believe we also have marketing material covering the difference between those. But long story short is that yes, indeed there is a community version of Zebrunner, so it can be deployed on-prem according to your needs. And those reporting agents I mentioned, those are also open source, so you can do stuff with those agents as well. And if we're talking about the pro version, the paid version of Zebrunner, if needed, for example, if you represent an organization that has some, strict security policy and data privacy concerns, so we can actually deploy your own private deployment of Zebrunner in the cloud, in your segment of private cloud, if that's needed.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
Okay, great. Do you have more questions? At least we have 10 minutes for sure.
One more here. Could you please tell me what Zebrunner has that that your competitors don't have? Why should I choose Zebrunner instead of the competition?
Well, actually, that depends on what kind of role you play in the organization. So we have like our main audience would be QA engineers and developers on one side, and QA managers, product owners, product managers on another side. So if we're talking about engineers here, so one of the reasons, why you should choose Zebrunner is that it was designed, like by design, it was built to report results of test automation in a very unopinionated way. So basically, we do not really force any, any coding conventions. We do not create many dependencies between your test code and this reporting agent I was talking about. Basically, there is no vendor lock-in between your tests and how you write tests and Zebrunner. So anytime you want, you can switch from Zebrunner to something else. And Zebrunner is also integrated with a variety of tools, project management tools, bug tracking tools, etc., etc. So basically, the core stack that is typically used within an organization, the organization that's building some sort of software. And the main idea is here, for engineers, is to simplify collaboration here between QAs and developers and allow them to collect information on failures fast. Like you have all of this information in one place. You have steps listed, you have screenshots, you have videos, which usually speeds up the process of root cause detection. And as a result, it's usually way faster to detect the problem and fix it, to transfer all of those artifacts to a developer who will fix the application problem. That would be the engineering side. And if we're talking about management, so basically we have those dashboards that Alesia displayed, the ones that basically helps you to keep track of application quality trend, which is usually important from a release by release basis.
Perfect, thanks.
And by the way, last but not least, we are community friendly. So Zebrunner was actually originated as a community project, as an open source project, and we do still maintain open source version of Zebrunner. And we're not going to drop it anytime soon. So we are trying to work with community as much as possible, and basically, make those requests from community happen in real life in Zebrunner, and making those available to everyone.
Okay, thank you, Nikita. Do you have more questions, guys? Okay. So thank you very much for everybody for joining our webinar session today. So I hope that you really could learn some new material, especially regarding the project management, to try start effective testing at your project. So I hope that everyone could find the time to try Zebrunner trial and embed into your test project. So if you have any feedback about using Zebrunner, please provide them to our support email. So everybody will get the recording of this webinar, and I hope some useful marketing material on what are the benefits of Zebrunner and how Zebrunner can help in your testing. Thank you very much, and I hope you get a very good day. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you, guys.